because obviously he struggled.
Her.
He struggled.
And
so now it's showing like, what was he actually struggling with during the marriage?
Hey y'all, welcome back to TNT Podcast. I'm your girl Tasha.
I'm T. What's up?
So today we are discussing something very serious. I don't know if you remember Twitch, but Twitch was a DJ on the Ellen Show, but he was an incredible dancer on So You Think You Can Dance. I love that show, and I haven't watched it in a while. I actually stopped watching it after he was on it, so I haven't seen it in a long time. But unfortunately, I think it was either last year or the year before.
I believe it was December of 2023.
He passed away. He unalived himself in a hotel room. And like me, everybody on the internet was upset because him and his wife, TikToks were just so much fun. They just seemed like the most happiest, perfect couple. And so for him to do something like that, it really seemed out of left field. So this article that we've seen, and even in the media, there is information coming out about his wife. And I can't remember his wife's name, but I think she was on So You Think You Can Dance as well. And that's not to say that she's not a star like Twitch was, but Twitch was definitely like a major star. And he also had like a online dance dance school as well. So very successful couple. They had I think a couple kids as well. And so everybody was devastated from this loss and wanted answers. But now it seems like a lot of sinister things are coming about.
Yeah, because I believe she has a tell-all book, a memoir that she's releasing. And what I've seen in the media,
tell-all book.
Yeah, there was an excerpt that was talking about how she had found drugs in his room after he had passed away. Like they were cleaning out his stuff and going through his personal items and his clothing, and they had found like this box of drugs.
So she's going on like a media circuit or to tell the world that
why would you do
her
that?
husband, who has passed on, was on drugs.
Yeah, she's saying he had a drug problem, and you know there's going to be more details in her book. And I get it, she's putting out information where she wants to make her book juicy so she can get more sales, but why
offer her husband's dead body?
Why would you do that?
Where's his family though?
So his family, they're upset. So his family's upset because, you know, she's kind of, you know, slandering him a little bit. And
yeah, I can see that.
And so his mother, his sister have spoken out about what she's doing. But now we've come to find that they had to sign NDAs. And so apparently his widow, Allison, she had made everyone who attended his funeral sign an NDA. And she said that they were signing it to protect his legacy because she didn't want images of his body to appear online.
Okay, I could understand that. Because when you said signing NDAs before a funeral, and I just got this imagery of like his mom trying to enter the church, and it's like,
you can't come in until
sign this first, that just seems very unsensitive. So, it seems very odd to me, especially while you're grieving over your child.
So you can imagine people who are attending the ceremony or the service, especially the family, if they're the mom, you're like, what the hell? But then, you know, you want to get this over with, so you just sign it and you go in, you're not thinking anything about it. And then that's that. The service happens, everything, you know, goes well, and everybody goes back to their respective lives. And now a year later, you come find out that your son's widow is releasing a tell-all book where she's kind of slandering the son, or maybe exploiting his legacy, or even talking about some of his personal problems. And now there's like not much you can really do about it.
So my thing is, there was more in that NDA than people knew.
And this is the story, because apparently in the NDA, there was a clause in there that stated that no person who signed that could make money financially off of his legacy except for his estate or the estate holder or her, essentially, Allison,
his
the
widow.
wife, his widow.
Right.
And so the family are upset, and they're like, hey, we want to create our own documentary or our own book to highlight the life of this gentleman or our, brother, son. And they can't, because Allison has stated that if any money is made, it's going to her.
So
Yikes,
that was
right?
the fine print. So now,
How do you feel about that?
I feel conflicted about this because now I'm feeling that maybe they signed the NDAs under duress. And if they sign the NDAs under duress, they are null and void.
Yeah, right.
And I hope the mom and the family get some good lawyers. Because how dare you make the mom sign an NDA over her son like she's going to take a picture and not protect her son?
Yeah, so the other part is
that
right, exactly. Right.
I'm like, I feel my blood boiling, like I'm rolling up my sleeves, because if you've ever had a loved one pass away, it is the most devastating thing in your life. I remember when my grandfather died, it took me years to stop crying.
Right, yeah.
Even my grandma. So imagine, I don't even imagine though, but imagine her losing her child. That is a devastation that I don't ever want to feel, because it has to be the worst pain in the world. Right. And to have them sign her, at least the mom, to sign an NDA at a moment in time like that is evil.
Right. Okay.
It is evil.
Right. So that's my question. What type of person would you have to be in order to do that? Not only do that, but then come out with a tell-all book of where you're disclosing your significant other's dirty laundry.
So that makes me,
because obviously he struggled. He struggled. And so now it's showing, like, what was he actually struggling with during the marriage?
Like, I think people were asking when he first passed, did he have some mental health challenges?
Right. Yeah.
Was he depressed? And because he just seemed so happy. Right. But there were also financial problems as well that a lot of the media outlets hinted to as well. Yeah. But everything was kind of kept under wraps. And I do think they might have said people were questioning whether there was foul play involved. Okay. Right. Because the way he was found didn't match with his personality. Right. Okay. And so I'm thinking that's where the drug use probably came in. But now that she's having this tell-all book and saying no one can tell his story but me, and then making money off of his death, and saying if you attempt to do so, because I believe if his mother wanted to make a documentary, it's to honor his memory. Right, yeah. But you to write a tell-all book and saying he was on drugs is not honoring his memory. That isn't what people remember him as. He seemed like a very joyful person, and I'm thinking maybe she took the joy away from him.
Yikes.
Because Lord knows what he was going through and the mental health struggles that maybe she, and I'm not blaming her, but I would never in a million years think that after losing your husband and the father of your children that you would say he was an avid drug user. This is
how you want to honor that person.
And I'm going to make a tell-all book?
Right, yeah. Like, you could still make a tell-all book.
No, I would never.
No. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, listen. What I'm saying is, she could still make a memoir.
Yeah, that's not a tell-all book.
And not include
Baby,
something that's
not a tell-all. A memoir is not a tell-all.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. She could make a memoir and not have to desecrate the memory.
It's his legacy.
Of his legacy.
Because his children, when they grow up, are going to read this book and be like, Mom, is this you? Like, why would you say these things about, Dad? And
like, and this is the thing with parents. There are certain things that go on in relationships, but it doesn't have to be public. I would never tell. It doesn't have to be public, and it doesn't have to be out there for the world to know. That's all I'm saying.
Evil.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I feel that way. I feel like it's not right.
You say you signed it under duress and get those signatures checked out.
Yeah. And
please read things.
Yeah.
But also it makes me sad for Twitch, because I believe that he wasn't done fairly, maybe in life and in the afterlife.
Ooh, yikes. Guys, we'd love to hear your thoughts and know what you think about this situation. What would you do in this situation? Are you for or against Allison releasing this content? But also, if you were the mom, what would you do if somebody was slandering your son? Anyway, as always, like, share, and subscribe. We'll see y'all next time. Take care. Peace.